For several weeks, Martha, a once lively and affectionate elephant at the wildlife park, refused to eat and spent her days in sorrow, often seen with tears in her eyes. Her caretakers, who had known her since she was a playful calf, were deeply concerned by the sudden change in her behavior. They tried everything: comfort, coaxing, medical checks, but nothing worked. Martha's apathy was growing stronger, and it seemed as though she had given up on life. The staff feared she was slipping into a depression so deep that she might eventually starve herself to death. Despite all their love and dedication, they realized they needed help beyond what they could provide. In a last attempt to save her, the zoo manager contacted Alexei, a former caretaker who had once shared an unbreakable bond with Martha. When Alexei arrived at the zoo, everything changed. The moment he called out to Martha, her ears perked up, and she slowly rose to her feet, a sight no one had seen in weeks. She walked toward him, weak but visibly moved. This was the person she had been longing for. Their bond had begun years earlier when Martha was just a year old. As a baby elephant orphaned by poachers, she had arrived at the park traumatized and terrified of humans. Alexei, then a young volunteer, had been assigned to assist with her care. It took months of patience, quiet presence, and deep empathy before Martha began to respond to him. Unlike others, Alexei never forced her affection. He simply showed up every day and spoke to her gently, building trust step by step. As time passed, their connection deepened. Alexei made a habit of visiting Martha at the end of each workday, using that time to talk to her, bathe her, and bond. His consistency and compassion paid off. Martha began looking forward to his visits, became more expressive, and slowly started interacting with other staff members too. One day, in a moment that moved everyone to tears, Martha reached out with her trunk and touched Alexei for the first time. It was a turning point that signified the trust and love she had developed for him. From that moment on, she followed him everywhere, and the park decided to make Alexei her primary caretaker. Over the years, Martha blossomed into the heart of the wildlife park, known for her playful tricks and joyful energy, especially around Alexei. He, in turn, grew into a respected figure in animal care, sought after by wildlife parks for his unique ability to connect with emotionally damaged animals. Despite his rising reputation, Alexei never abandoned Martha. Even as he was offered opportunities around the world, he always made time for her, ensuring she continued to feel safe and loved. Their bond remained strong for decades, and Alexei stayed by her side through every season of her life, helping her integrate with other elephants and become the face of hope at the park. Eventually, Alexei decided it was time to step back and take his knowledge and experience to wildlife centers globally. But when he began spending less time with Martha to prepare her for his departure, she immediately sensed the shift. The day he came to say goodbye, she refused to let him go, wrapping her trunk tightly around his arm. In that emotional moment, Alexei realized she wasn't ready, and neither was he. He stayed by her side again, helping her recover from this emotional blow. The park, recognizing the irreplaceable bond they shared, offered Alexei a flexible management position so he could remain close. He accepted. And not long after, when Martha became a mother, the first thing she did was introduce her calf to Alexei. It was a full-circle moment, proof that the love, patience, and devotion he had shown her would live on in the next generation. No matter where life took Alexei, Martha would always carry in her heart the memory of the friend who once saved her from despair.